episode of The Right Track. Today I have Single Girl, Married Girl, a 5-piece band, but I have the two main guys here. They are Chelsea and Gary, and they are an Americana folk and pop band. They play in LA and New York. They have a new album coming out. I'm really excited to hear all about them and see what kind of advice they have for everybody in the industry, because they're doing a lot of stuff and they're doing some big things. So welcome, guys. How are you tonight?
We're great. How are you?
We're doing great.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Yeah. And what an exciting time. Album coming out soon.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, it's
it's been a long time
busy.
coming. Yeah, it's very busy.
It's stressful, but in a good way, in the best possible way.
A lot of things going on, a lot of writing each week, doing something different, but it's great.
Believe me, I know the work that goes into an album release. It's fun while you're creating it, and then as it gets closer and closer, I feel like the kind of work you don't want to do as an artist comes into play.
Completely.
The marketing, the paperwork, the registering the songs, right? Things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So let's take it back to when it was fun. No, I'm just kidding. Tell me about who writes the songs and what inspires you for the tracks and things like that.
It really depends on the song. Gary and I write a lot together. He's primarily a lyricist. He's not actually in the band per se, but he's behind the scenes. So we write a lot of songs together. I do collaborate with other people in the band. Shannon, who sings backing vocals on the entire album. Charlie helped us write one of the songs. And then I wrote a couple songs with outside people. So it just really depends on the song.
Yeah. So you have a lot of, well, obviously these are musicians and writers that can collaborate with you on different songs and put some ideas in the ring, but are you kind of the main concept pioneer as far as the...
I would say so, yeah. The two of us are. Yeah, we're
but
the...
We love being in a band, and we part of the reason we have these particular musicians and Shannon is because they are good writers. And it would be silly to just work with them as just hired guns. And so we invite all of them to contribute to the writing process, for sure.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned before, half of your band is in New York, right?
Yes.
And then you guys are here based in LA?
Yes.
And where are you guys from originally?
I'm from here. I'm from Orange County.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Cali girl.
Yeah.
Cool. And how about you?
I grew up in the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
But I've lived in Los Angeles off and on for almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
All right.
We
you
did
can consider yourself a local, right?
I have a Dodgers hat.
Oh, he's totally a
Okay.
local. We did a short stint in New York. That's where we put together our lineup, and that is who's on the album. So
yeah. Great. Can you show us the
album?
album?
Yeah.
You can
Sorry,
show,
I keep
you can show them
pointing.
There. Beautiful. Gosh, look at that artwork. I mean, that's
isn't it
really,
great? And
really
the
pretty.
inside, there's a family tree, and then actually behind the CD,
3 generations of leaving.
Pictures of me, my mom, and my grandmother. I wanted to kind of incorporate some sort of family heritage in the artwork, so we worked with our friend Jonna, and she did an amazing job.
That's really cool. May I see?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I really like that. And so I listened to the single that you dropped, right, from this album, So She Runs. It was really beautiful. I was telling you guys, it kind of reminded me of a nostalgic song, although I have never heard it before. It seemed like I had in some, other life in the 60s or something, and it was really beautiful.
Thank you.
But, it's about a girl who's running from stuff, and what inspired that particular track?
Well, I wrote that song with Shannon when we were still living in Astoria, New York, and, I think I kind of came to the songwriting session with, an idea to chase the moon, chasing something, and just, always moving forward, and, and then we just came up with the lyrics about, running from all these different things. But yeah, it's kind of how it started on our couch in Astoria with my banjo.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everyone's running from some stuff, so I think that may have a universal appeal.
Oh yes,
for a lot of people.
Totally. I hope so.
Yeah, and so and I also saw that you recently played a show at Hotel Cafe, which is a really cool venue. I want to know about that. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was awesome. Our drummer was in town, which it was just very fortuitous that he was like, hey, I'm going to be in town for another show. And I was like, you have to play this gig with me. But I put together a few people from LA to be in this lineup, and it turned out great. Yeah.
It's a great venue because you have up-and-coming singer-songwriters, and then you have established acts come in, and sometimes on the same night. so it's better. It's so much better than just a bar or
Oh yeah.
you know some.
And it's a great listening room. People are quiet and they're respectful.
Right.
And it's a small venue, so you can actually talk to people. And I don't know.
I've enjoyed pretty much every show I've seen there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been though. I mean, we all know the last year and a half has been kind of weird, but I feel like shows are really coming back around in a big way. Now, you know, you have a new one, right? An upcoming show. Tell us about your upcoming show.
Yeah, there's an open mic night every Tuesday at Highland Park Bowl, and there's a featured artist from 10 to 10:30, so I'm playing that slot November 16th. Tuesday, November 16th, yeah.
Okay.
It's just a duo, so it's me and a guitarist. So yeah, but I think it's also a great listening room. People are very quiet. You can come and sign up for the open mic and play throughout the night. So
cool.
yeah.
We're hoping that next year we can do full band shows and tour.
Yeah.
So for now, we're just trying to get in as many shows as possible because we haven't been playing out in so
long.
long.
Kind of get your chops back up and
Absolutely.
all that.
Yeah,
Same here.
We hadn't played a
muscles.
full band show in LA since 2013, right before we moved. We played the Grand Old
my gosh.
Echo.
Wow.
And then we moved to New York and put together this lineup, and then we moved back in 2017. So we haven't played, and then the pandemic happened, and we haven't played in that long, and it was kind of insane to be back on stage with a full band.
Yeah.
So, but it felt really good.
Well, I'm excited for you to do it more often and get back into it. I mean, there's nothing like playing with a full band, right?
Nothing.
I mean,
oh my gosh,
I've done the whole sit up there, but like the synergy of everybody that makes the big difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you've got the album coming out, you've got the show coming up as well. And do you mind if I ask what it's like to work together and be married?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy for me. I'm open to collaboration. I do sync work as well, so I collaborate with lots of different people. For Gary, he's a solo writer. I will give him a song. Basically what happened with 3 Generations of Leaving, I gave him a song and he kind of edited the lyrics, and that's kind of how that was our new process when we moved back to LA. So.
I don't want to do music without her, but I have a hard time working with her at the same time. I get really intense. I get really hyper focused because if I'm not procrastinating, by the time I actually get to doing something creative, I'm in a really intense mode, and so it's hard for her. And I know that I can get intense. That's why I don't subject her to it. But I like to just go off and with the lyrics and mess with them for hours.
Yeah, he takes a long time, which is great. I mean, lyrics are hard, and it's I think one of the most important aspects of a song. So they should be right. And he really crafts and creates amazing lyrical art.
But it's really ideal for us now. When we started over 10 years ago, I was writing a lot of the songs and writing the lyrics, and I never wanted to be that person. It was her voice is what inspired me to even write. So I've always wanted her, and she's finally there now where she's the one writing the songs. She's coming up with these beautiful melodies and a lot of the lyrics, and I can just go in and kind of, I have all this great stuff to work with, and I can just kind of do my little editing.
That's great.
And,
you're top lining.
Thanks to her.
I mean, I wish I had a live-in top liner. I mean, that's pretty good gig. Yeah.
Top lining's the jam.
Yeah.
But he got me a banjo for my 30th birthday with my family members. They all
chipped
pulled
in
together. And since I got my banjo, I kind of it just opened up this new world of songwriting for me, and I'm so grateful to him for recognizing that that was something I needed. And
now, did you play an instrument before that?
I mean, throughout my life, I've played piano, took lessons, and played a little guitar. I have 2 guitars, but my parents are mad at me that I don't play them.
Oh, okay. So you're not really so much into the instrument world until you met the banjo.
Yeah, so well, I always wanted to, but I always felt intimidated. I would say I couldn't do that because I was always a singer, and that was I just thought of myself as a singer. So yeah, I think it just took a little confidence, and he kind of instilled that in me to actually pick up an instrument, even if I don't play it well. It's still allowing me to get something out that I normally wouldn't have. So
absolutely,
yeah.
And how many instruments do you play?
Oh, if you can count guitar. I play guitar a little bit, but
Okay.
we live in an apartment, and I someday we're gonna have a house where we can plug in. Like, she has this beautiful Les Paul, and I really want her to play it, but we can't because we have neighbors.
Well,
I've
if
plugged
it's
in
before
a
10
couple
p.m.
times. Yeah.
Right? You should hear
Yeah.
me wailing in here. I do full dance rehearsals, and I have
Amazing.
people downstairs. I play the piano all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you just respect your neighbors before 10 p.m.
Exactly, yeah.
But
I
maybe
record a lot
someday,
during
maybe.
the day. I'm like belting, and like I'm
Mhm.
sure my neighbor's like, "Holy
Yeah,
crap!" What is
singing really does carry. Yeah, I
It
mean,
does.
at least with a guitar, especially if you're gonna plug it in, you could turn it down
For sure.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool. I'm glad you're playing an instrument now. I know that playing an instrument is so different. It's a different experience for a singer because you
Mhm.
just learn. I don't know what it is. You have this different sense of like music theory and
Absolutely.
things like that. How to weave more things together. I grew up playing the piano, but I never had an instrument that I could just stand with and play by myself.
Mhm.
And so I learned how to play ukulele, and I'm not shy. So I mean, I barely knew how to play that thing, and I was out doing shows and banging it around.
I love it.
Gotten better, but I mean, I'm also a vocal coach, and so I'm
Nice.
coaching young and upcoming singers, and they're all like, "Do I learn an instrument?" Yes, learn
Absolutely.
an instrument. I mean, because I want them to know, just have an ear. It gives you a better ear,
Absolutely.
right? And so some people just have the ear naturally, but I always think an instrument helps, and of course,
Yeah.
now you can play it with your band, and like,
Mhm.
it's nice to have something there, right, in front of you,
Absolutely.
instead of just, right, with just the
I'm
mic.
like, what do I do with my hands? Although I love dancing, so like that
Oh,
full band
good.
show, I was
Really?
like, I'm just gonna dance. Yeah, I mean, I'm always he's like, put your hands
I'm,
down.
well, no, I'm trying to get her to work on her moves on stage because
That's awesome.
I love
Well, I
singing
was a
too.
dancer growing up, so I do have like
Oh.
I can dance, but like it's just the
when
the
you're up there
stage
just
presence.
grooving, right?
It's
You're just kind of grooving.
totally.
You could have a few
Yes.
signature moves, right? And
Yes.
let me see one. let's see a signature move.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's his
this one?
signature
Yeah.
move for
Oh,
me.
does that take Is that taken?
No, oh no, I was just trying
You were
to
just
feel it
imitating
out.
me, I see.
Yeah,
I usually
yeah.
do something like this.
Okay. Wow, that's a trained dancer right there.
Woo! Yeah, I know, right? No, I would
Look
do like
out.
a pirouette, but people would be like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
That's awesome. That's good. So it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun with this project.
Yeah,
We do.
absolutely.
We do. There's some fun, but like you said earlier, like some of it's work.
Yeah, of
you know?
course.
And so there's a division of labor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, we definitely divide and conquer.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all this stuff.
And so you guys must have other stuff that you do aside from the band. Like, for example, you have a licensing,
Mhm.
music licensing company.
Yeah.
Now that's some, you know what I mean? Like, that's a big deal. So
Yeah,
tell me
yeah.
a little bit about that.
I took a licensing company course
Mhm.
about 4 years ago, right after we moved back from New York, just to kind of get my bearings and learn a little bit about it, because we're back in LA, and it just seemed like that was the next step for me.
Yeah.
And then I met some people in the course, and we decided to start a company together. We're all musicians, songwriters.
Great.
Alex is a producer as well, so we can do custom work for the company. But it's called 206 Music. No relation to Seattle. It's just
Okay.
the name we chose. And so yeah, we're starting as of this year. We were starting to get a lot of placements, which
Great.
feels great. It's a brand new company. We started 2 years ago. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the hard work has gone in, and now you're starting to see some ROI.
yeah,
That's great.
Absolutely.
And any really cool placements that you want to mention?
we did a custom spot for Billy, the razor company, and that was really cool. It was
Oh.
like female empowerment.
Everyone's asking
Spot.
for female empowerment
Oh, yeah.
songs now,
Yeah.
but that's so cool. Yeah.
It was all instrumental. Actually, no,
Mhm.
there was like a little bit of vocal, but
Mhm.
it was not like a song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm super proud of that. So
Nice. And Gary, what else? Do you have any other things,
Well,
hobbies, things you dedicate your time to?
I used to write about music before I became
Oh.
that's how we met.
that's what I meant.
okay.
I used to write for a great indie rock mag called Under the Radar.
Awesome.
That's how we met. And then I decided, when I heard her sing the first time on our first date, I decided right then and there that I wanted to segue from writing about music to writing actual music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, this Single Girl, Married Girl is my only creative outlet at the moment. Because I have a full-time job that I love.
Oh, really?
And this is enough. Believe me.
That's cool.
This is plenty of work for me.
Sure.
You run. That's your outside
I run.
thing.
I'm a runner.
Good. And then, so how long have you guys been married?
13 years.
We just celebrated 13 years.
Oh my gosh, congrats.
Thank you.
Wow, that's a milestone. 13. Wow. That's just a big deal. I've been married a year.
Oh,
congratulations.
Just celebrated 1 year. And it's like,
congratulations.
whoa, that went by quickly. But I hear they go by quicker and quicker.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
And your cats get older.
Yeah. Oh, the kitties. Yeah. You guys have a couple kitties too?
We have 3, and they're all in the 10 or 11 range. So we're trying to enjoy them as much as possible.
That's awesome.
They're
That's
hilarious.
Awesome. And so do you guys plan on actually touring with when the album comes out, or?
I hope
we
so.
hope so. That's really the next hurdle for us.
Yeah,
we're hoping we're getting great press early, and we're hoping we can build off of that and raise our profile and work with the manager.
Your publicist, Jillian, she's great.
She's awesome.
She's wonderful.
Yeah. So
She's
you
great.
guys are making moves, man.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But we want to play
we want to do
folk
festivals
next year.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Festivals. That's
Totally.
fun.
We want to get in front of some people.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Well, so hey, do you have advice for upcoming artists and musicians, people who would love to be in your shoes? People who would like to have songs licensed, people who would like to, write and record music and do shows.
Yeah. I think just don't give up. Persistence is, half of it, honestly. I've been doing this for a while. I've been singing since I was 3. So it's just, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. A lot of people give up too soon, I think. For sync licensing, I think if you do want to get into that, just make sure you're following the trends and listening to commercials. It depends also what you want to do. If you want to do advertisements or film and TV, they're different animals, or trailer work. It's all different. So kind of just listen to what's out there and then try to emulate that or be inspired by it and do something cool and interesting, because music supervisors are always looking for interesting things to put in their productions. So
and you said you touched on people give up too soon. Is that because they don't really see growth as an artist, or they just feel that there is a certain window in which they can be successful, and then if they aren't, they're like, I'm over it?
I think it's both, but I'm getting up there in age, and I constantly feel the pull of getting older and not being where I want to be. And I think that honestly with songwriting, you can write until you're 100 years old.
Sure.
If you have the inspiration and you are doing it, just keep doing it. Being an artist is another beast, but I feel like in the Americana and folk world, you can be older or you can be, I don't know, experienced.
Seasoned.
Seasoned.
Yes.
And not thought of as the old shrew.
Oh, got you. But you look great, by the way. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. But I mean, I definitely understand that as a female myself in the industry. I mean, every year that goes by, I'm like, oh, okay. There is a little bit of, I guess, stigma, pressure, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's not about having a dream and giving up on it. It's about, this is my lifestyle. This is what I dedicate myself to. A career, in whatever way, shape, or form it comes in. You may have wanted to go in thinking you're going to be a rock star, and then you come out going, well, I license to TV and film and make a living or whatever, right? It's not something you just give up on if you're really all in, right? And
totally.
And all that.
As long as you're inspired and you have the songs you want to write, you have something to say, why not just keep doing it? I don't see a reason not to.
Definitely.
So,
yeah.
I think you have to do what makes you happy and do what's interesting to you. I think the worst thing you can do is chase a sound or a scene. Any craft, any art form, it takes a long time to get the best out of yourself, unless you're insanely naturally talented. And there are those people out there, and even for them, they're on a journey too. Yeah. But I think most of the artists we work with, or that we know, or that run in our circles, this is a hard life
Mhm.
because you're constantly being in some way rejected.
Yeah.
The work
Right.
itself, I mean, writing music can be fun, but it's hard work if you're
Yeah.
doing it right, I think.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you have to do music that makes you happy,
Mhm.
that you feel like you've given your best to.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't make yourself happy doing that, then you're not going to be happy regardless of whatever success you have.
Right.
You've
Right.
got to at least cover that base, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Validate yourself, I guess.
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. Well, we're going to post all your links below so that everybody can see you, follow you, go to your shows, and hopefully pre-save your new album.
Awesome.
3
Thank you.
generations of leaving, single girl, married girl, beautiful. Oh, I just love it. 2021.
We're really excited for
Yeah.
everyone to hear it.
November 19th, right?
Yes.
I will
Yeah.
be keeping my eyes and ears open too when it comes out. I'm excited to hear it. And so, anything else you want to leave us with?
Well, we have 4 singles out already, and we have a
Okay.
music video,
Ooh,
which is
yay.
kind of a
Mhm.
great. I don't know. I think it's a fun. We've been getting lots of good reviews on it, but it's like a warm group hug. So I've been telling
Aw.
people, if you're missing people and community, and watch the video, because it's like a hug.
Oh, that's great. And so it's already released.
Yes.
It's already come out. Our,
Oh,
our friend
good.
Kyle made it, and all of our
Mhm.
friends
Can we
are in
drop
it.
the link below too?
Oh, sure.
All your
Sure,
friends are in
Absolutely.
it.
If you have room
Yeah,
for all these
all
other
our
friends,
friends.
all of our friends are in it.
Thanks to all
Yeah.
our friends.
Yes, of course. Well, thank you guys so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sharing your
This is
story and about the band and some good wisdom with us.
I hope
Yep.
so. Thank you. Thanks
All
for
right,
having us.
guys. Well, thanks again. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Stay tuned for next episode of The Right Track.